Hi book friends, I'm here to do a little bit of a different video. I'm here today to do my series check-in and talk about all the series that I'm in the middle of reading in 2024. There is a small possibility that I will finish some series before the end of the year. That is always secretly the goal, but I am not really sure. So we're just going to go through it. We're going to be honest. We're going to be a little bit brutal. I did kind of go through my last 3 years on Goodreads and just kind of picked out the series that I was like most interested in, or that I realistically think I'm going to keep reading and such like that. So I'm really excited to kind of talk through them with you all. And yeah, so the first series I am in the middle of is American Royals by Catherine McGee. I did finish that a couple of years ago. I actually really did like it. And just so you guys know, if there is something over here that is in red, it means the book is out and I have just not read it yet. And any books that are in like white means they're coming out in 2025. And I don't have arcs. And any ones that do have like a pink means I do have arcs of them. So I just wanted to make sure that that is a little bit like any questions that might be answered. So yeah. But American Royals I finished. I did like that. I gave that series like 5 stars. Keeper of the Lost Cities. I still have not read Unraveled, but it literally just came out. So that is why it is on here. I would love to read it before the end of the year. I don't know. Royal Blood by Amy Carter. I am caught up and I really did like it. It doesn't have a date yet, so I don't know if it's coming out in 2025, but that is the plan. Regency Fairy Tales. I really have to get the audiobooks for this series. I don't think it's a good physically reading series, but I do still need to catch up. Finley Donovan, I need to read Rolls the Dice and Digs Her Own Grave. This was a series that was affected by the boycott of Wednesday books, and I just didn't get around to it. But I do want to read them, and they're relatively quick, and my Libby has the audio. Emily Wilde, I am caught up with. I do want to do a little bit of a reread, so I'm like less stressed about that because I didn't have the best time with book 1 and 2, but I am excited for book 3. I finished the Hathaways series, I think this year or last year, by Lisa Kleypas. I finished the Tattered and Torn series by Catherine Cowles last year. That is also getting re-released as well. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder I did finish, I think last year. Secrets of the Wild Realm is a completed series. I did look it up, so that is a middle grade series. Percy Jackson and Olympiads I did finish. Fifth Avenue Rebels I did finish because I am not going to read the first book, but I really hope Joanna Shute writes more historicals because I do love her series. Tokyo Ever After by Amy Kujin I did finish, and I did like it. I thought it was a solid duology. Sapphire the Night is completed, which was very, very exciting. And then Letters of Enchantment is another book that was affected by the boycott. So Ruthless Vows did come out. I just have not read it yet. Which, we deal with. We deal with. So the next book that we are going to chat about is Isles of the Gods and Nightbirds. These are the series I finished in 2024. These are 2 of them. These are duologies. Isles of My Gods and Nightbirds will definitely be on my best books of the year, so stay tuned. But these are two duologies that I did wrap up, and I'm really excited to see what these authors write next. The Diamonds by Amelia Howard. I have to read book 2, but it doesn't come out yet, but I did really like I don't know the name of the first book in that series, but I did like it. So Lady Night comes out next. Aurora Cycle I finished a couple of years ago, but I did a reread last year of like Aurora Rising, so that's why it's on this list. Silver in the Bone I did complete in 2024, and that was the Alexandra Bracken series. The Appeal by Janice Howlett. I never got around to the Christmas Appeal. It might be an audiobook that happens like at the end of this year, but it hasn't happened yet. The Lady Hardcastle Mystery Series, I have 1 more book left, and they're really, really quick audiobooks, so I might be able to finish it. Oh my goodness. These Hollow Vows, I have to, These Hollow Vows is a series that I'm in the middle, but I finished one duology and I need to read the other duology, so that's why they're here between these co-stars. It's like a companion series, I guess. Chestnut Springs, I read Powerless. That's where I'm up to. I have to read Powerless, Reckless, and Hopeless. I've heard such mixed things about Powerless and such mixed things about Hopeless, but I do want to read Reckless, and I'm excited for Powerless because it's friends tomorrow, so we will see. Veronica Speedwell, I have to read 2 more books in this series, and I really want to catch up because I have taken me so long to catch up on the series, and I was doing so good for like half the year, and then I got really distracted. The Supernatural Investigation, Book 3, Amari and the Despicable Wonders, I have to read. I forgot it came out, but I did pick up a copy. The Betrayal Prophecies by Adrian Tooley, The Second Son, I just got a book of that, so I have to pick that one up again. The Agathas is a completed series. The Gifted Clan series is a completed series. Her Majesty's Royal Coven, I need to read Queen Bee, The Shadow Cabinet, and Human Rights. Queen Bee first, but these are all narrated by Nicola Coughlan, which really makes me want to pick them up. Lovelight Farms, I completed this year. I read Business Casual. The Imperium, I have read Fourth Wing. I want to reread Fourth Wing and reread Iron Flame so I could be ready for Onyx Storm. The Gravekeepers by Darcy Coates. I have to read The Hollow Dead, which is going to be a quick audiobook. I just haven't got around to it yet. The Jane Austen Mystery Series is completed, but there is going to be a spin-off series like based around that is coming out. I think actually it might be already out. I think I sent it to my friend. But it's not on this list because I haven't started that one yet. Forest Grimm, Deadly Grimm, I have an arc of it. It comes out in 2025, and I did really like Forest Grimm when I read it, so. Hannah Swanson, I am caught up to date, and The Pink Chiffon Pie Murder comes out in 2025, so I do want to read that again. It's not the most amazing cozy fantasy series of all time, or like murder mystery series, but it is fun. Regency Dragons, I completed. That was a 2-book series, which I really like. It's quite cute. Elements of Cadus, I have to read A Fire Endless. It is out, and it's another Rebecca Ross series that I really do like, so I want to make sure that that's a priority. Crowns of Nyaxia, I did finish the duology, but I still need to read Slaying the Vampire Conqueror and The Songbird of Heart and Stone before I move on, and I think I'm a little bit burned out on fantasy romance, to be very, very frank and very, very honest. Mr. Darcy and Miss Tilly, I need to read The Late Miss Willoughby and then The Perils of Catherine du Bourg, but they haven't got around to them yet. I really want to do a week where I listen to audiobook sequels, but it just hasn't happened yet. So, Heart and Mercy. I need to read The Unmaking of Twyla and Frank. I really did like the first book in that series and more companions. Lore Olympus, I need to read 5, 6, 7, and 8. And all of them are out. I actually can change that because all of these are technically out. I just haven't added them to my list yet. The Lost and Found series by Catherine Cowles, I finished this year, so that was really exciting. Blonde Identity, I am caught up to date. I'm going to probably listen to The Blonde Who Came In From the Cold. Vera Wong is getting a sequel, and I really did like the first book in that series. It was a cozy mystery, very, very much focused on found family. The Prince and the Apocalypse, I really like this series. This was another series that was affected by the SMM boycott. Vanderbakers I completed like a year ago, I think, and I really did like that series. Cosmere I want to restart in 2025. There are a couple in like Imperium I want to restart. The Bake Shop Mystery Series, I am so far behind, but I need to read on the night so I can move on. A Study in Drowning, there's going to be a sequel in 2025 called A Theory in Dreaming. I don't have any arc of that, and I don't have a physical arc, so that's why it's not pink. Rachel Crowell is going to be said I completed until they tell me if we're getting more books. That is by Megan Golden. Air Awakens, I have a lot more books in this series, but I only wanted to put the first so I wouldn't overwhelm myself. So Fire Falling is another one that I really do want to read. Herodin's Game, I need to read Games Untold, but that literally just came out. So that explains why it hasn't been read yet. Toil and Trouble, I'm completed or caught up. I don't know if there's going to be more books. Once Upon a Broken Heart, I did complete. Dream Harbor, I just finished The Christmas Tree Farm, so this one's the one that's next, and this one comes out, I think, in like April or something, but I just literally did finish that, so that's why it's different. The Ragpicker King is the new Cassie Clare by the Swordcatcher, and it's not out yet, but I do want to read it. Legends and Lattes, I didn't have anything about this, but there is going to be a direct sequel called Brignons and Bread Knives, and I really am excited. We don't have a date, but I think it's coming out in 2025. Christmas Tree Farms Mysteries, I'll Be Home from a Ship is one I might read this week because it's leading up to Christmas, but that is a series I would like to tackle. The Babysitter's Club graphic novel series is one that I really am enjoying, and the one that's coming out in 2025, at least one of them we're getting, is Mallory and the Trouble with Twins, which I do not know when it's coming out, but I did put it here so I could remind myself. Sparrow Falls, we're up to Beautiful Exile, and that comes out in March or April or February. I don't know the date, but I know that I really am excited for art and story. Royals and Romance, I actually just got an arc of this one like yesterday, so I'm going to put this in the pink. And I really did like the first book in the series, and I hope I can get access to the audio when it comes out. Crescent City and ACOTAR I have to restart in 2025, but I am up to House of Flame and Shadow. And Court of Thorns and Roses I want to restart because I feel like I need to. Under the Mistletoe collection, I did complete. That is a short story collection. I listened to them all. The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee, I am up to the Hunted Heir. I've heard really, really mixed things. I might see if I can get the audio in a cheaper sale than not. Rose Hill, I'm up to Wild Eyes, and I've heard some really, really good things, so I want to keep reading. Glimmer Falls, this is the Sarah Holly series that I finished in October this year. I've read all of them. The Sugar Shack Witch Mysteries, I have to read a lot of these books, but they're also super short, so they're great for readathons. But I'm on Mermaids and Meringue, Witches of Pleasant Grove by Jennifer Chipman. I'm waiting for Wickedly Yours to get an audio because I don't want to read it physically. A Rose Among Thorns is a SPFO book that I really did like and I want to keep reading, and they're also super quick, so they're great for like readathons. In Every Generation is the Kendare Blake series. Against the Darkness is the one that I super do want to read because it will wrap up a series for me. Grandest Game, Glorious Rivals comes out in July, and that is one that I'm really excited for. Secrets of the Nile, I completed that. I don't even know what that is, but I did complete it. The Highwaymen, I read book 1 for Battle of the Booktubers, and I did like it, but I want to read The Queer Principles of Kit Webb. The Prison Healer, I need to get around to The Blood Trader before I forget everything, but that is why it's on this list. Rowan and Neil, I finished. I read their little duology, and it was really, really cute this year, but that was more of a companion series. Mortal Follies, it's more of a companion series, but I do want to read Confounding Oaths. I did buy that relatively recently. Molly the Maid, I did want to reading the first 3 books in The Secret, and then book 4 will be The Maid's Secret, and that comes out in like April or May in 2025, but I am caught up to date. The Crimson Moth, I do have an early access to The Rebel Witch. I just don't know when I'm going to read it. So yeah, and I said I'm a little bit burned out on adult romantasy, but maybe not YA. And Phase Thread, The God and the Gishwin is the sequel to The God and the Guillermo, and I really did like that book. I have such a pretty edition. The Queens of Ryanthia series, I am not sure if I'm going to keep reading, but I did want to putting it on here so when I do my challenges, I like have a place to look. And also Pies Before Guys Mysteries, A Good Day to Pie is another one that I can get access to the audio, and I did like the first book. It was a fun listen. Bridgerton's I completed. That was a 2-year ago project. Falling for Fables, I'm up to Mind and Magic, and I'm just waiting for the audio for this one. I don't know if it's out yet. The Undone series, I'm up to Unloved, and Unsteady I loved, but I'm just waiting for the audiobook for this one to come out in 2025. The Tita Rosie's Kitchen Mystery, I'm on Guilt and Guillotine, and I have not got around to this one yet, but I'm going to look into see if the audio exists, but again, it is out, I just haven't read it yet. Eris Among Themes is the sequel to Eris Takes All, and I'm really excited for this one. It comes out in 2025. I was not expecting a sequel, but I would definitely read it. Wayward Children, I'm on in An Absent Dream, and this might be an early 2025 project for sure. Murderbot Diaries, I'm definitely going to give book 2 a shot and see how I feel, but I really struggle with these 2 series because they are so short, and I struggle with short form content like that. The Nightshade Crown, The Hemlock Queen, I don't know what I'm going to do with this book. I might see if I could get it from the library because I wasn't in love with book 1, but I also didn't hate it, so that might be a library project. Adishir is the Fellowship of Librarians and Dragons. I want to read this. I have this on KU, and I really thought the first book was super cute. Power Shirley's haven't got around to Reckless or Powerful yet, so I have to make it that, fix that. Mock and Robot I did finish, and Ravenfall I'm on Witchwood, which I do have an archive from Comic-Con, so I should really get around to that. That's a middle grade series. Forging Silver into Stars, the second book in that series, Carving Shadows into Gold, to come out in 2025, and I don't think I have an audio arc of that, but it's coming out. Percy Jackson, the Quest series, The Wrath of the Triple Goddess, is the one that I am caught up with, and I just haven't got around to reading it. In my defense, my podcast that I listen to kind of dropped the ball. Not their fault, but they just haven't been making episodes. So I've not been motivated to pick up the series because I know I'm going to have to reread it eventually. So I'm going to have to pick this up eventually. And yeah, these are all the series that I have read in the last 2 years that I am in the middle of reading. And that is 99 series. And here is just some that honestly, I don't know if they're going to get read. But the Dr. Kate Bett Mystery series, I'm up to Settle with Murder, Book of Tea, A Venom Dark and Sweet, Stay a Spell, Walking in a Winter Wonderland, A Reckless Oath by Kaylee Smith, Belladonna Foxglove, the Anti-series, The Bridge Kingdom, The Scander, Nevermore, and Jade War are all series I have started over 3 years ago that I really do want to read. So yeah, let me know in the comments how many series are you in the middle. If you stop here, I'm up to 99. If you count here, I'm up to 110. Still a lot of series. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I would love to know what number of series you're in the middle of.